All right, well, after hearing Matty nail his Purple Rain cover, you guys told me I had to hear his version of Dream On, so here I am. And I thought it was dangerous taking on Prince, but taking on Steven Tyler?
Every time that I look in
We'll see.
the mirror, all these lines on my face getting clearer. The past is gone.
The song is brutal.
It went by like dusk to
Listen, I love everything he's doing, but if you're gonna do a run like that, it better be crispy. And I heard a little muddiness there. Bye. Like it got lost at the end. I need to hear that again.
it went by.
Yeah, like at the last two notes, I feel like it got lost a little bit. And he's got a great voice. Don't come for me in the comments, but you know, I am a vocal coach. I do need to say what I hear.
It went by like dusk to dawn.
That was good.
Isn't that the way? Everybody's got their dues in life to pay.
Dues. I loved that. All right, here we go. This was Aerosmith's breakthrough song, by the way. 1973 it was released. From on sages, a little pitchy on the say jazz part. The jazz, listen again. Say jazz is da da da. That's the part that I was a little disappointed in. He ends well, but that part was a little muddy. I love the bottom of the. He really umphs it up there. That's great. Yeah. Yeah. Come back to you. All the way up there on two. And listen, this is a vocal competition, guys. So don't get your gutchies all in a wad because I'm critiquing certain things. Like that is the point here. And he is taking on a behemoth of a song, okay? So if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it. And I'm sure that this went crazy because he kills the hardest part, but it is worth saying there needs to be vocal precision and as close to perfection as possible in pitch and in accuracy when you are competing on these shows. I know, I did one of them, and listen, I wasn't perfect either. So it's not like, oh, it's easy for you to say. No, I've been there. I've been on those stages. I know exactly what it feels like and how hard it is. So I'm saying it from a complete place of compassion, but also of truth. Like, you know, to be honest is to be kind. I believe that.
All the things come back to you. Sing with me, sing
Yes.
for me, sing for the laughter, sing for the tears.
This is so pocketed right here. Love it. Yes. Love the crying way. Love the straight tone. Love the high opt up. Woo! Okay, guys, let's see. Yes, call and response. Wow. Okay, wait, before we get there, I know. I need to point out this beautiful vocal bend up that he did because it's a beautifully executed stylistic choice there.
Dream on, dream on, dream on.
That's something that eludes a lot of singers. So let me just tell you how he's doing that. He's not hitting the targeted note right away. The targeted note is on. He's not going there. So he's doing the same note on as he is the first note on Dream. And then he's going there, anchoring there, and sliding up to his targeted note. So it's like you gotta know where you're going and where you're ending, but you do not start there. You give yourself a lower note to start off and slide up from Dreamer. until you reach that. And it's very suspenseful and full of tension. And then there's this big satisfaction, this big release after you get up to that top note, which is so smart to do, especially in vocal competitions and live performances. Bonus, Matty, bonus.
Dream on, dream on.
Okay. By the way, that was probably one of the easiest notes for him that he hit. Why? Because all of this time up until now, he's been belting. But Matty is a natural belt mixer. So when he goes up to Matty, tell me if I'm wrong, but like also tell the people the truth if I'm right. Like that note, he's probably in his head like, yes, I'm finally here. Like this is my moment to take a vocal break, but also vocally impress people too. And I feel the same way when I go to whistle, because it's very impressive to hit those high notes, but it's actually a vocal break for me. It's easier for me sometimes to go into whistle than it is to just continue belting. So I'll like do an opt up and it's more impressive to the listener. But meanwhile, I'm just like, I just want to break. So he's getting this win-win by going into his sweet spot, which is his belt mix. And it's on a perfect vowel too, the and he's crushing it, right? It's this beautiful frameable moment. And he is also wowing the audience while he's doing it. And then he falls off of it. Which is a beautiful zip down. So he's in this 50-50 chest mix, but then as he zips down, he zips from that 50-50 to full chest again, which is also very, very impressive. It shows how smooth his break has become. Like he can make a vocal break between registers, but he can also be smooth about it. And that's the holy grail, guys. That's really what a lot of people come to my studio wanting. I want to learn how to mix. I want to smooth out my break. I want to have control over it. Yes, you do. And this is a good example of someone who does. Tia, love that. I love his face there. Love that. There's that sweet spot again. Okay, wait, before we finish, I have to say, I want to say again though, sweet spot, chest mixing, not necessarily riffs and runs accuracy. And if I were able to vocal coach Matty, it's the one thing that I'd be like, Matty, we're cleaning this up, because if you just clean this one thing up, you will be unstoppable. Like you just have this amazing voice and this unreal control over your chest mix. And it's so powerful and it's so amazing. But when you sing riffs and runs, the good Lord, I'm like guessing at what he's trying to do there, but I can't quite tell because they're not fully in the pocket of the center of the pitch. When you have a complicated riff or run melodic structure and the notes are not perfectly in the center of the pitch, it becomes difficult and almost impossible for the listener to tell what it was intended to be. And that's what I'm having a hard time with right now.
Maybe tomorrow.
And just as I said in the other constructive criticism moments of this piece, he ends well. He's really great at finding his way out of the woods and onto that clear, true path of centeredness of pitch at the end. But my heart for you, Matty, is to get those places from the beginning and all the way through. And something that I notice is that he overshoots the first couple of notes within the melodic line of the improvisational section, like a riff or a run. but then he finds his way out of it again. And so it's sort of like it covers up the issue at the end, but that can be helped. That's a matter of ear training and training the centeredness of pitch in your voice when you're doing a lot of agility work.
He'll take you
I love it. He's got such great stage presence. Crazy, amazing hold here. Gorgeous. I love it. And this actually is pretty masterful. Do you look at that frameable moment there? Okay, so this is great technique here. He's got a dropped and locked mouth. His tongue is troughed like that. You got a trough in your tongue, and he's leaning back and in. So Dorema instead of Dore, like the we don't want the strain, right? He's actually arching almost so that there's not strain here. It's everywhere else. It's in his abs, it's in his face, but actually the throat is really loose. There's no veins here popping out. It's really well placed. Gorgeous note. He's so good at the chest mix. Watch how he like, I don't know, just braces. Choo-choo. I love the spacing thing. Like, you did that. I did that. Yes. Yeah. Really great stage performance. Awesome facial expressions. Totally worthy of being there for sure. But like I say, just this is a vocal competition. And so it's not like a live performance that's just supposed to be emotive and expressive. Like, no, you are being judged on your vocal prowess and capability and performability and all of the things on these shows. And so I'm hoping that you don't feel like I was too hard on Matty today, but more observant so that you can hear the difference between something that's clean and clear and something that isn't. And also moments that are brilliantly placed and wonderful, because there are so many of those in this performance. In fact, we're not going to watch it, but he actually won Amanda's golden buzzer for this performance, and I think it's well deserved. So now I want to speak to you about your voice, because if you are a singer watching this, I know that you probably would love to be on a stage like this. It may even be your lifelong dream. And I want you to know, my coaches and I have helped students all over the world get on to every single one of these talent shows. Like all of them, like The Voice, America's Got Talent, X Factor, American Idol, I could go on. And so if you are curious as to whether you have what it takes to be on one of these shows, you only have to do one thing. You have to click on the link in my description box and get yourself a discounted online first vocal lesson with me or one of my vocal coaches. And in just 1/2 hour, we will tell you the truth, because that's what we do at Tara Simon Studios. I love you guys so much. I am so proud of you. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.